What's going on, everybody? It's Mikkel with Let's Talk with Mikkel Muktasset. Today, our special guest is Darius Gray, aka Priest. But before we bring him in, I've been getting a lot of questions about a backstory on Let's Talk. So before I get into the interview, I'm gonna answer some of the questions, and then we're gonna bring him in.
What conversations or experiences in your life made you realize there was a gap that needed to be filled?
It wasn't really no conversations, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a few boys and they was giving me as in boys I mean sons, and they've been giving me or they was giving me a run for my money. So I'm like, when I was growing up, it was no such thing as gentle parenting. So, I was just trying to figure out different ways I could reach them.
What topics or ideas do you feel are not being discussed enough? And why are you the right person to bring them to light?
I'm not saying I'm the right person to bring them to life, but it'd be a lot of negative stuff on different platforms. So I just like to use my platform in a positive way to try to reach the youth. I mean, not even just the youth. I read a post on Facebook the other day that said adults need villages too. So off of whoever I talk to that went through certain things, it might be able to help everybody.
Was there a specific moment when you realized my voice or perspective could make an impact?
Just the feedback and the love I've been getting off the videos I've been dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't expect for it to get so much love, but I want to thank y'all for watching, sharing, liking, whatever y'all do. Word of mouth. I appreciate y'all at home for looking out for me and trying to get my movement off the ground.
And what do you hope your audience will gain from listening to your podcast that they might not gain anywhere else?
Just positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like I said a couple of questions ago, it take a village, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be a part of that village. So hopefully they gain positivity, you know what I'm saying? That's what I hope they gain from whatever it is that they watch on my podcasts or interviews or whatever. I just want it to be all positive and let them know like it's resources that people have or may have. So if you have any resources, if it's a certain topic I'm talking about, please drop it in the comments. Without further ado, let's get back to the video.
Talk for a minute, baby, can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Baby, can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Let's just talk for a minute. Let's talk about the way we've been living. Shooting this podcast, trying to make a difference. We could talk about your goals, or let's talk about your vision. We could talk about the foul way that people have been living.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mikkel. Let's Talk with Mikkel Muktasset. Today, our special guest is
Darius Priest Gray.
Before we get into the questions, tell us a little about what we're getting into today.
In the 90s, I was selling drugs or whatever. So in 94, an incident took place, 2 separate incidents involved my cousins. And because I was selling drugs or whatever, I was involved with certain people. And it led me to having to defend myself. However, I turned myself in thinking one thing, but what I thought is not what the police said. I ended up doing 5 years and 10 months.
So, how did it feel when you realized that a split second choice cost you years of your life?
Made me say like, yo, was it worth it? You know what I'm saying? All that stuff you call yourself doing, thinking you this and that, you know what I'm saying? Was it worth it? Cause then I'm locked up, got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? Can't come home. Her mother left after 8 months to go back to New York, you know what I'm saying? So I see her on the summertime or whatever, or holidays, whatever my mom's getting.
So how old was your daughter when you got locked up?
10 months.
So how did that one decision change your life in ways you didn't expect?
Like I said, I turned myself in. So me turning myself in, I'm thinking one thing. I'm thinking they ready to let me go. You know what I'm saying? After they do their research or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking that the dude had a gun on him. He had just pulled a gun out on me, you know what I'm saying? So unless it just disappeared magically, you know what I'm saying? like I said, I'm thinking going to let me go. But they didn't let me go. When the magistrate said first degree murder, no bond, and then I get to the back and they showing it on the news or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
So what was running through your head when they said no bond?
Luckily, I had a bond hearing, so I did get a bond, you know what I'm saying? But it was so outlandish, my family couldn't afford to get me out or whatever. So it was 250,000.
So how did the people around you influence the choice you made in that moment?
The people that I was hanging around with, it wasn't no fighting, you know what I'm saying? We might fight amongst each other, but it wasn't no fighting, no outsiders or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? They were strictly gunshots. Hanging with them, I started to be like them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They rubbed off on me. I'm fighting all the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm no one hand quitter, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. So what's one thing you wish someone would have told you before you made your decision?
I can't even say I wish somebody would have told me because my family tried to tell me, my mom and my father tried to tell me. It's just I wasn't listening, thinking I knew everything or thinking I couldn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, I got kids now, and I be talking to them, and sometimes I think they think that I'm old. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. I used to think about my father, and then they old. They don't know what they talking about. You know? But wisdom is one thing. You know what I'm saying? You know these things from going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Life is the best experience. You know what I'm saying? So they was trying to reach me, trying to tell me what was going on. I was too hard headed to listen. That's why I try to talk to my son now, trying to tell him what I've been through, hoping he listens so he don't make the same mistakes that I made.
But it ain't worth being in the fast lane, huh?
It really ain't. Just think about it. What's a lot of money to you?
Shit. Anything past $1 because I'm broke.
Okay, let's say 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you make 100,000. How fast you want to make it?
That's people's yearly salary, to be honest with you.
You make $100,000 a year. You get locked up for how many years? Say you get locked up like I got locked up, and I did a short bid compared to my friends. You know what I'm saying? I did 5 years and 10 months. You know what I'm saying? Say you get locked up for 5 years and 10 months. You only made $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Now divide that by 5 years and 10 months. Let's say 6. 6 times 12, 6 times 12, 2, 2, 6, 72. You know what I'm saying? 72 months. Minimum wage that added up. You better off working at McDonald's for 7 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll make more money at McDonald's than you would selling drugs after that. You made that $100,000. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you working at McDonald's. You go home every day. You see your family. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your T is, it's there for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get locked up for that $100,000. It ain't worth it.
So what was going through your mind in the moment you made that quick decision?
To be honest with you, don't let them pull out before me. I was scared. You know what I'm saying? I know what this dude is capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, showed me that. You know, I was trying to go home. I was trying to see my daughter again.
So while we're on this subject though, like basically I'm trying to reach the youth. Certain situations they shouldn't put themselves into, like they should choose their friends wisely, right?
They should choose their friends very wisely. And because, like I said, it wasn't nobody out there but 4 people. The dude I had an incident with and 3 of my so-called friends. You know what I'm saying? This dude had everybody selling drugs for him. Well, not everybody. Had 2 to 3 dudes out there selling drugs for him. When the police came, he had a dime and a penny on him. He didn't have no money, no gun, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Something happened, something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that these my friends, you know what I'm saying? What happened to the gun? Am I tripping? But it's all in who you hang out with, you know what I'm saying? They down with dogs, you get fleas.
Right. Most of the times, the people you hold close hurt you the most. So fit your friend's wallet thing. So how do you keep your emotions in check now when you're faced with situations?
I'm human. I still get mad. You know what I'm saying? But I used to walk around with my Geneva had cut out a newspaper article on my case or whatever and gave it to me when I came home or whatever. So I used to walk around with that, and every time I would get mad or whatever, and I'm thinking I want to do something stupid, I would read that and just reflect on what it said, you know what I'm saying, and think about where I just came from or whatever. Is it worth it? Do I really want to go back to that? You know what I'm saying? And in all cases, the answer was no.
So like the kids that think it's a game, tell them the inside is where you don't want to be, right?
It's one dude that's locked up right now, and he got a real bad reputation on the state. But he got locked up for I think a year or something like that, and end up catching a life sentence on prison. You know what I'm saying? He ended up having to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Anything you can imagine. The stories that you hear about prison, oh, it's real.
You say so scary, straight ain't pump fake. So what advice would you give to someone who feels like they always have something to prove?
Who you trying to prove something to? You know what I'm saying? You really trying to prove something, prove it to yourself and your family and walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the ones who gonna be there for you. You know what I'm saying? You get locked up, your homeboys, they ain't gonna send you no money. They gonna forget about you. They gonna be messing with your girlfriend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All person you can count on is your mom, maybe your sister or brother if you got one. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, obsolete.
So what was the hardest part about dealing with the consequences of your decision?
Just realizing that I wasn't gonna be a part of my daughter's life for a while. And it hurts. Because when I came home, I called her one day and we talking. And she said, Dad. I'm like, yeah. She's like, Dad. I was like, what? She's like, oh no, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Robbie. And that broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? But I put myself in that situation. Reap what you sow.
So before we get out of here, I know you see I got a couple of signatures on the table. I want you to be one of the people that signs the table. So if you don't mind, can you sign the table, please? In the blink of an eye, your whole life could change. So strive to make the right decisions. Tell a friend, let's talk.